What's going on, guys? Shaka from Mind's Eye Status here, and I'm going to share with you exactly the kind of mindset that has helped me create a thriving coaching business, create multiple very high level friends around the world, and overall contribute to pretty much everything that I'm super grateful for in my life right now, in my relationships and my work. Now, this is a bit of a different environment. Got little Mr. Whiskers on my lap. He is not my cat. This is a bit of a different scene from Dubai. We're out here in Montenegro, staying in a little cabin in the countryside, which is really refreshing. And let's dive right into it. So, over the years, I have noticed that one of the qualities of high performers, and I'm talking ultra high performers, has to do with their attitude, especially when things go wrong. You can tell a lot about somebody from the way that they respond in chaos and in uncertainty as well. Let me explain. When things are going well, let's say things are normal and they're going well in your life right now, it's easy to maintain a positive attitude, isn't it? It's easy. That's not impressive. Having a positive attitude while you're winning is normal. But the ones that can remain positive in a negative situation, they're the ones that win. This isn't pure motivation, I'm telling you guys. Because what happens is if you can develop and cultivate the kind of attitude that is self-reliant, sorry guys, so cute, is self-reliant, meaning you're not relying on external rainbows and positive feedback, but rather the only thing you rely on is your self-trust. And you realize that no matter what happens externally, you'll be okay. You'll be able to take care of yourself. Even if things go downhill, that is going to prevent you from giving up. It's going to prevent you from giving up. And the entrepreneurs that end up making 7, 8, 9, even 10-figure businesses, the the professionals who end up getting promoted to executive positions and director positions, they're the ones that didn't let a negative situation and a challenge stop them from pursuing. The only difference between somebody ultra successful and somebody who isn't is the fact that the ultra successful didn't give up. You think they didn't face challenges? You think they didn't face hardship? Being able to, and I use myself as an example because, I've experienced what I've experienced, right? Being able to travel the world with my wife, have clients who pay me good money around the world, building relationships, building connections, helping my family, doing whatever I want, having a lifestyle by my design. You think that comes easy? No. I've had to maintain my attitude and self-trust when I was dead broke, when I was insecure, when I was nervous and socially anxious. It was during those moments that I realized, and I learned this from a mentor, his name's Owen Cook. Either I have a choice. Either I can get better or I can get bitter. So if you're going through something right now in life, maybe things aren't ideal. My question to you is, are you going to get better or bitter? Now, the next question would be, how does one get better in a tough situation? It's not a matter of toxic positivity, as I like to call it, blind faith, but rather the realization that your inner reality creates your world. Everything you see externally is what you created based on your inner beliefs, your inner assumptions, and your attitude. So, for example, today when I woke up, I went for a nice walk through the olive garden here in the watermelon garden. I was looking at some watermelons, and then I got a email from one of my key staff members, fully transparent, saying that she's resigning with immediate effect. Now, this is a key staff member who runs 90% of our operation. In the moment, do you think I didn't experience discomfort? In the moment, I had a mini bit of panic come up because of what? The uncertainty, the chaos of business, the chaos of personal growth. But I've trained myself. So immediately I focus on what I can control. I'm like, all right, so I need to talk to X employee and see what we can do, see how we can fix this moving forward. I don't know if you can hear the purring. This is really cute. So immediately I change my attitude internally. All right, she's leaving. That'll pose some challenges, sure. But that means this is an opportunity for growth for her, wherever she ends up going after Mindsight status, and also for the next employee who's going to take her position. And also for me, in terms of my flexibility, emotional, mental, professional flexibilities. So I've had an amazing day. I've had great conversations with certain staff members, and they're excited for what's to come. That's how you turn a negative situation into a positive. It's by relying on your self-trust. By the way, yes, it was easy for me to do that today, but I've built and trained this muscle over the years. Let me tell you another story of a time where I was dead broke. I'm talking business was suffering. I was staying with my parents in the spare bedroom, of their house with $14 to my name. I have a screenshot of this. $14 to my name. I could have willowed and wallowed and bought into that negative state of mind. And what would that do for me? I might look for a job. I might give up on my dreams. I might let down my clients, let down my followers. But no, you know what I did? Every day, I would focus on opportunities to come. I would focus on what I can control. And what was it? 3 months later, 3 months of consistent attitude realignment, inner attitude realignment, I went viral on Instagram and my business blew up. And people started coming to me and my team expanded. So you have to control what you can control. And your attitude is something that you can absolutely control. Your attitude is your asset. Invest in your attitude, invest in your mindset, because that is what will cultivate that attitude of success, that winning attitude long term. Now, you might be wondering, all right, Shaka, but what if things feel hopeless? What if I can't even focus because of these negative situations in my life? Maybe I'm stuck in a rut. This might sound a little bit uncomfortable to hear. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable to hear to some people. But you created that situation. When I was broke, when I was struggling, I created that situation. My employee leaving, it's my fault for not foreseeing that. So I always ask myself, how can I get better rather than bitter? Well, I can pay more attention to employees in the future. In the past, I can pay more attention to my finances to make sure I have a buffer. And now, here's the practical part. Now I'm going to write down exactly the type of lifestyle and situation that I want to be in. And I'm going to focus all of my energy on that. What this looks like, practically speaking, is me waking up in the morning, sitting down, meditating, and then closing my eyes and envisioning what that reality would look like and how it would feel. Even something as simple as this, which is a blessing, by the way, to be able to sit in the countryside in a cabin in a beautiful European country. I was thinking about this and feeling myself being here for the past 2-3 months until this cabin popped up on Airbnb. Oh, wow, that looks perfect. It looks exactly like what I envisioned. Your inner reality will manifest externally. The thing that will block it are your negative thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. And I'll tell you why. Because that'll affect your reticular activation system, your RAS, which is the part of your mind the brain that sees evidence for what it believes to be true. So when I was broke, for example, I trained myself to believe that money is abundant. I trained myself to believe that there are people out there that want to see my content, who need to see my content. And I started to see evidence for that. How? In content ideas, in different team members, in different opportunities on social media. And boom, it becomes a reality. Same thing with travel, with lifestyle, your work situation. Every time you allow a negative thought to infiltrate, you are giving it power. You are giving it power over your future. What you feel in the present right now is going to create your future. I'm surprised this isn't taught in schools. I'm surprised this isn't common knowledge. All those books that we read on personal development, they all point in the same direction. It's almost become diluted. Therefore, pay close attention to your mind. Pay close attention to your thoughts and be conscious about what you choose to think, about what you choose to believe, and hence feel. Train yourself. Let me know if this type of content resonates with you, the more inner work type of thing. And thank you so much for your support. I'll see you next week.